It's Lady Mac moment. Hello, Be the Ram Global Fellowship family and friends. This is Lady Liana with a little moment for you. So, first week of July, our family goes to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes camp where we get to focus on each other, fun, fellowship, Jesus. And while we were at this camp, I heard something that one of our speakers shared. His name is Pastor Mike Lynch. And so he was talking to us about, he said 85% of the things that we do are common things that everybody can do. 10% of the things that we do, anyone could do with the right education or the right training. They could do those things. 5% of what we do, only we can do it. And if you neglect the 5%, it will drastically affect that other 95%. And so he challenged us to see what was our 5%. What relationships do we have that are in our top 5? And so for me, my relationship with Christ is number 1. That's what I 100% have control over. My salvation, my personal relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The next thing that I will put in my top 5 would be being a wife to my husband, Pastor Coach. I am the only woman that is in that role and serving that role for him. So that is a part of my top 5. Being a mother to Amani is in my top 5. I am the only mother that she has, and I'm the only one that can fill that role as her mother. So I include that in my top 5. Next, I would include in my top 5 being a bonus mother, because although my older 2 children do have their own mother, I serve as a bonus, and I appreciate her for allowing me to do that. Lastly, I would put being a daughter as my top 5. I would put daughter and sister together to my, of course, to my parents and my siblings. My mother and my sister and I have grown a lot closer. Well, we've always been close, but now we are all friends now that my sister and I are adults. So that's my top 5. Those 5, that 5% of me, only I can do those things. Only I can control my relationship with Christ. Only I can be a wife to my husband. Only I can be a mother to Amani. Only I can be a bonus mother to my oldest kids, and only I can be a mother and sister to my mom and sister. Those focusing in that area will drastically affect all other areas of my life. So yeah, what's your top 5? How are you focusing that 5%? How do you prioritize them when life can sometimes get in the way? That's what I want to challenge you to think about this week. Who are in your top 5 and how are you going to prioritize them? One way that I prioritize them is being very intentional about reaching out. For one, my mother and sister are long distance, so I reach out to them regularly, make time for them. As far as my husband, date night, I make time for my children, and I make time for Christ. All right, so what's your top 5 and how are you going to prioritize them this week? All right, have a great week.